Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into 3 Marvel characters that would be a perfect fit for Marvel Rivals. These are fan favorite characters that bring unique abilities that would bring some real firepower into the game. We are talking about Daredevil, Ghost Rider, and Miles Morales. Spider-Man, of course, I gotta throw that in there. We're gonna go over their origins real fast, potential playstyles, and what skins they would kind of rock in the game. So let's get into it. Matt Murdock was blinded as a child through a accident involving radioactive chemicals being thrown into his face. I think it was meant for his father in most iterations, but it hit him instead. He did lose his sight, but his other senses were heightened to a superhuman level. So his hearing is like top notch. He could hear people's conversations like a couple buildings away, which is crazy. He was trained under his master Stick, where he became a martial artist and a acrobat, eventually taking up the persona of Daredevil to protect Hell's Kitchen. So I definitely see Daredevil being a agile close combat DPS with mobility. He does carry around his billy clubs, which could serve as a melee weapon or a ranged option. He could throw them, allowing him for quick strikes and possibly like a stunning ability, because I know Mantis has one. It'd be cool if he has one just from straight up just fist. He stuns you by knocking you out. So his heightened senses, I don't know if they would count as like maybe as like a passive or a ultimate ability, but it'd be cool if he had the ability to briefly see enemies throughout walls, encounter like stealth characters. Maybe stealth characters would be more like a passive, where he could see Invisible Woman or Psylocke, and his ultimate maybe seeing through the whole map. Maybe that's kind of overpowered, but I think that would be cool. So for skins, I think it's obvious that they're probably going to give him like a classic red suit. There's so many recolors you could do. Obviously, I think the black and red would be the best recolor that we can get for him. I think the MCU should probably be more like the Netflix suit we got early on, because I think that's the more iconic one that's associated with the character in terms of a general audience. I think Daredevil, like more in his classic look with the yellow, would be really cool. It'd definitely pop out on the map. So all right, next we have Ghost Rider, the Spirit of Vengeance. Definitely a fan favorite. So Ghost Rider is a title carried by many, but I would say the most iconic one is definitely like Johnny Blaze. After making a deal with Mephisto to save his father, Johnny is bonded with the Spirit of Vengeance, turning him into Ghost Rider, wielding his hellish powers to punish the wicked. I do find Ghost Rider's fit a little bit hard. He could easily be DPS, but if we're gonna be different, maybe like a tank. I think his chain could really function as a melee attack or more of a mid-range attack, possibly pulling enemy towards him. His penance stare could be his ultimate, dealing like heavy damage on one enemy, maybe a group of enemies, depends how OP they make it. Or I think another cool idea would be incorporating his motorcycle into his ultimate ability. Maybe it comes in, drives around, knocks some people around. In terms of like possible skins, I think it would be obvious to give him the leather jacket like he has in the Nick Cage movie. I think that would be very like iconic with the flaming skull, dude. And that way you could just probably recolor the jacket, because I know NetEase likes to do recolor. So I think this is a little controversial. You could do a Robbie Reyes reskin of the character, but you could probably just add Robbie Reyes later as another character separately and have him have abilities with his charger instead of the bike. That's a little controversial, I guess, because we haven't had another character just be a skin for a character, so that would be like the first. I think a real cool one though would be like a Cosmic Ghost Rider in that storyline, where he has to carry around a baby Thanos, right? He has to carry around a baby Thanos in that storyline. All right, now we have Miles Morales, the Ultimate Spider-Man. So Miles' story pretty similar to most Spider-Man, bitten by a modified spider. His abilities are pretty similar to Spider-Man, but he does have some unique powers like camouflage, and he does have the Venom Blast, so that like electrical powers that we see. And he took up the mantle after his universe's Peter Parker basically went kaput, and he's became a pretty popular hero in recent years. Pretty obvious he's a DPS. We would have to change him from Spider-Man. We're basically gonna have 2 Spider-Man doing the same thing if we don't change his abilities up. I think he should still swing around because he's Spider-Man, but I don't think he should have the web shooting like Spider-Man or the punching. You could probably replace his web blast with like Venom Blast instead, act as a short stun or damage over time ability versus the combos we get from Spider-Man. His passive could be his camouflage, the way that Invisible Woman has invisibility, and so does Psylocke. So a lot of visibility going on in this video. His ultimate does kind of give me trouble. I would assume it'd be something more with the Venom Blast if we're trying to keep him away from Spider-Man, like an electrical outburst or something. In terms of possible skins, I think the classic look where it's the black and red suit, you're able to recolor it. Also, we have the Spider-Verse films to pick from, so any of the, I think the first Spider-Man suit he gets in the first Spider-Verse movie is a little bit more iconic. I like the jacket and I like the shoes. And then maybe like a Prowler inspired suit because his uncle is a Prowler. So just don't give us that Spider-Man 2 skin for Miles Morales. That one was super rough. That was a rough one. All right, so that's our breakdown of Daredevil, Ghost Rider, and Miles Morales in Marvel Rivals. So which one would you have the most fun playing with? I think I would have the most fun with Ghost Rider, dude, honestly, because I'm super bad at Spider-Man, so I can't see myself being good at like a character like Miles or Daredevil. But let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit that notification bells, because any interaction helps.